introduce you to our Before I proceed to introduce you to our panelists, I'd like you all to go ahead and say hello in the chats. Let us know your name, your organizations, if you're attached to any, and where you're all currently joining us from today. This is what we're going to be doing today. This is our content outline. We're going to be introducing you to the panel. We're going to be sharing some tips and tricks, and then we're going to have a Q&A session with the organizers of ICFP. And then that would be it. Next slide, please. If you don't know who IYAFP is, let me quickly introduce you to us. We are a youth-led organization that takes the lead in advancing young people's sexual and reproductive health, rights, and justice to achieve an equitable reality for all. Celebrating our 8 years of existence, we can't be more delighted to continue the great work that our young people have been doing around the world. If you're keen to learn more about us, be sure to head to IYAFP.org or search at IYAFP across all social media platforms. I'm seeing people from Ghana and a trainer with Dance for Life. How exciting! Welcome. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our panel today. I'd love for each of you to introduce yourselves, your name, where you're based, and your current roles within your respective institutions, starting off in the order of Jacqueline, Mercy, and Otuk. Jacqueline, please take us away.
Hi, everyone. So I am Dr. Jacqueline Fonkwo, and I am connecting from Edinburgh City this morning. I work with Youth to Youth as the team lead, which is a youth-led organization that is advocating for improved adolescent healthcare in Cameroon. But I also work with FP2030 as the associate for Francophone countries. Thank you very much. It's such a pleasure to join you guys today.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Mercy, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, hello everyone. Greetings from Albania. I'm really happy to be here with you today. I'm Mercy, and I am a former participant of the International Youth Conference and ECYFP. It has been an honor to be part, and I'm very delighted to share today some tips and tricks with you based on my experience. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mercy. And last but not least, we have our celebrity in the house, Otuk. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I hope you all can hear me. My name is William Otuk. I am from Tanzania. I am, of course, one of the previous recipients of this similar award back in 2013. And since then, I've been attending ICFP until 2018. The tips and tricks that you can use to when applying for this context. So, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you all once again for joining us today. So before we dive right in, I'd like to just ask for our attendees to start asking any questions you may have in the chat box or in the Q&A segment. We will try our best to get to them in the next segment. So keep them rolling, okay? All right, so let's get going. Otuk, you've been at, I think, majority of all the ICFPs. We'd love to hear more from you. Why do you think young people everywhere should be applying to attend ICFP 2022?
Thank you so much, Phila. Wow, I mean, first of all, it's just a very, very, very great platform. And I'm saying this because I know for a fact that some of the people that I know that have attended ICFP, it literally just changed their I would say, the professional life, because you come to this convening and you meet so many different people from very different backgrounds. You get to learn a lot, you get to network, you get to see the movement of family planning and sexual reproductive health at the global level in action. And there's so much that is happening, but at the end of the day, the sense of community in this space is just incredible. So attending this conference would definitely change your life. Organizations such as International Youth Alliance for Family Planning actually was born out of young people who attended this conference. So you can see the power that this space has had in terms of like giving young people opportunity to speak, to facilitate, to moderate, to engage, to advocate, and also some of the very good capacity building sessions that are always happening at ICFP. So I really encourage everybody to apply, because coming to ICFP will definitely change your life.
Awesome. I cannot agree more, Utuk. That is incredibly true. All right, Dr. Jacqueline, can you share with us, what is your favorite memory from ICFP 2018 in Kigali, Rwanda?
That's an interesting one. I had a lot of good memories. The favorite will be the shared accommodation. So as awardees of the Youth Travel Award in 2018, we had a joint accommodation. So on our flat, we were around 6 of us. So having youth leaders from different parts of the world and sharing close space with them and hearing their personal stories and their journeys and the wins that they have had was really great fun for me. But also the ease of access to high profile people within the family planning community was really a fantastic experience to be able to run into a CEO or a top manager in some international organizations during the conference, and having a coffee time with them and just talking with them and asking them questions and having answers and really relating with them in a non-official capacity was really a great one. Lastly was the energy. There was so much energy, seeing so many young people and having a lot of information during the entire conference. From day one to the last day, it was a high energy driven conference that really marked me. So I will leave it at that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That is wonderful. Mercy, what about you? What was your favorite memory?
Yeah, actually, this conference was a unique opportunity, and I have so many moments to share. But however, the highlight of it would be having the opportunity to get in touch with different peers who are passionate about family planning around the world, and talking to them and sharing our challenges, but also learning from each other best experience. I think this is something that you take out of this conference, and is something that you can cherish and continue to further work on it, because you create so many contacts, you get to know so many peers who share the same love for family planning, and that is amazing. And also another important thing that I really enjoyed was the mentorship program. We were matched with different stakeholders and different representatives of institutions who mentored us for a period in terms of how we can better shape our engagement. And this was a unique opportunity, because you learn the best from very high level people, which you don't really have the opportunity daily to meet and engage and learn from. So these two are my favorites to share. Thanks.
Thank you, Mercy. I love that you enjoyed the mentorship program. That is remarkable to hear. Just a reminder once again to all our attendees, if you have any questions, especially for our special panelists from the Gates Institute, please make sure to be asking your questions right now, and we'll be asking them once we start the next segment. Thank you. All right, so diving right into the fun part, the thing that you guys all came here today for, Utuk, what tips and tricks can you offer for young people who'd like to apply for the ICFP Youth Trailblazer Award?
Can you hear me?
You're breaking a little bit, but now we can, yes.
Yes, sorry, my internet just dropped a little bit there. Yes, so this, first of all, I would say for anyone who is preparing to apply for this, I would say, first of all, be authentic. And by authentic, I mean, be yourself, tell your story, speak your soul. Tell us, I mean, tell the reviewers about the work that you're doing. tell the reviewers about how passionate you are about family planning, about sexual reproductive health and rights, about why do you think it's important for young people in your community, in your area, to have access to family planning, sexual reproductive health and rights. I think that is very key because at the end of the day, people will want to hear what is going on the ground and how much have you contributed so far and what are you going to bring to the conference. I will tell you this for sure that yes, the quality of the video matters, but it doesn't matter that much. I remember my video was really, really bad in terms of quality, but I believe that whoever was reviewing those videos understood the passion that I was putting to the work and what I have done in the community. So by being authentic, it gives you a very good, added advantage to be elected to the conference. And on top of that, because once in the conference, so whether it's facilitation, whether it's moderation, whether it's being on a panel, whatever different roles that are available for you. So if you add some of the, if you show some of your talents in your video, will give you a mileage in terms of like the reviewer or whoever is selecting this video would know that this person would fit in a certain category. So that kind of like gives you another advantage right there, Phila. I'll stop here because I know some of the my fellow panelists have done this before and might have other tips to share.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Otuk. Dr. Jacqueline, what are your tips?
Okay, Otuk, thank you very much for sharing. I totally agree with you. Being authentic is really key. Building on what you've said, I have 3 points to share. The first is, what is it that you know about the theme? I think it's very crucial for each and every applicant to do an extensive search and inform yourself on the theme of the conference, ICFP2022, what is the central theme and how is your work related to that? So you want to have much information about that. You want to be comfortable with the theme and let it come across strongly in your application. The second thing would be how best can you showcase your drive, your vision, the impact you've had in your community using words and evidence. You know, you want to speak in a compelling way. This is a 3 minutes video. Obviously, you have a lot to say, but you want to choose the right words, key action words that demonstrate your leadership capacity and the impact that you've had using statistics. But you also want to leverage on evidence. How can we see? How can you show those who are reviewing your application the impact that you've had, apart from telling them what is the evidence that you have that you want to show so that you stand out in your application? So do you have blogs? Do you have work that you've done that is published on maybe on YouTube or on Facebook, on different social media platforms that you want to showcase and show that, okay, these are not just words that I'm talking, but here is a proof to the impact that I've had in the community. The third thing would be, what is it that you're, because now my suspicion is that the number of applicants this time around is going to surpass maybe double or triple the number of applicants that applied in 2018, which means that the competition is really going to be high. Remember that we are more tech savvy now, and people have access to good mobile phones, and people have learned a lot of IT, even just for personal use. So you want to build something that will cause you to stand out. You want to, my personal advice would be very intentional. Don't just sit down and take your video for granted. You want to build a strong script. You want to master your script. You want to be fluent. You want to have a compelling way of telling your stories because you have very limited time to do that. And you want to bring in a degree of creativity in your video so that you're talking about the content and you're also talking about how you are going to deliver this. Be very intentional. Have a good script that you can master, pass across your message in a compelling way, be creative, and give it your best shot. That's it for me.
That was magical. I hope you guys have been taking notes because you really should. Mercy, what about you? What are your tips and tricks? What can you share with all those in attendance today?
Yeah, firstly, I would like to say that it's very important, one thing during your application, to be sincere and to really state clearly what is your aim, that you want to be part of the conference. And during the preparation of the video, make sure to catch the best moments and the moments that really show and highlight what you are, why family planning is important, and why you are passionate about doing this. And this is something very important to me, and I did it in my video, and I think it's something that you can take on as best practice. So make sure to share your true self and really state clearly why are you passionate and why you really want to be part of the conference. Also, you need to highlight what you have been doing so far, your engagements in terms of family planning, and how this conference will amplify your efforts that you are currently doing, and how you will bring this knowledge that you take from the conference in your local context. I think these all aspects are very important, and you need to correlate and really have a flow when you prepare the video to share these moments. Also keep it short, but keep it clearly and really speak through, because you are sharing with the world what you want to do and your passion, so keep that in mind. Also, I think it is very important to keep it to the point, and need to share it with other people who are reviewing your video and who are seeing, and they will be judging you based on what they see and what they hear from that video. So you need to be really catchy and select the best moments that highlight and represent your work. Also, role you want to play in the conference itself. Do you want to be part of the monitoring? Do you want to be part of the group who are working in the social media? What is one specific area that you really want to contribute? Is something that you can really keep in mind in your application and say, this is why I want to be part, and this will be my contribution during the conference. So not only I will gain from it, but also I will give back my knowledge and share it with other peers who are participating there. So these are very important things. Also keep it keep it in mind that this will be reviewed by other people. So if you have a friend or if you have a family member who you can share the video, and maybe they can just give you briefly an outsider perspective, that could really help, because the way how you may see things from inside when you are preparing the video, maybe it's not the same how other people see it. So maybe you can share it with your friends, just for them to review and give you comments, whether to say your ideas you have stated clearly or not. So if there is someone you really trust, you can share the video prior to your submitting the application, because it can help. It can give you a different perspective from an outsider view. I did it with my mother and sister. They review the video for me, and they shared their comments, what they really liked, what they thought they could be improved. And I prepared the second draft of the video based on their recommendations. And also, please don't leave anything for the last minute, because you don't know what can happen. Your internet may be broken, your computer may not work. So it is very important to prepare your application in advance, especially since we are talking about a video. And also, if you think that you don't have necessarily the skills to edit a video, please ask for help. Consider friends, consider family, consider some other people who maybe can share and can help you if you don't have the skills. Maybe you can reach to an organization you work with, and they can support you with technical parts. But just be open-minded and don't let barriers let you for not applying and not giving yourself a chance to be part of this conference. So this would be my some of the tips that I keep in mind that I really want to share with you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mercy. That was wonderful. And just to build up on that once again, you guys need to keep in mind also the fact that your reviewers of these videos will be watching multiple videos, sometimes tens of videos per person. So you really need to make sure that you're standing out, that you are ensuring that they remember you. That is so crucial here. All right. So because we want to have a bit more time at the end of our session for Q&A with you guys, let's now shift into our session with Jordan Freeman, the co-chair of the Youth Subcommittee, who is also with the Bill and Melinda Gates Institute for Reproductive Health. Jordan, if you could just introduce yourself and, take us away.
Perfect. Am I able to share my screen, Fila? Can you hear me?
Yes, you can. We're working on it. 1 second.
Okay, no problem. If not, I'm happy to go through and I can share the slides afterwards. So I would just go ahead and jump in, and if I can share my screen, perfect. If not, I'll share slides afterwards. So hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Freeman. I am a program officer with the Bill and Melinda Gates Institute for Population and Reproductive Health. And we are one of several organizers of the International Conference of Family Planning, also known as ICFP, which has been thrown around a lot. So I am here to provide a bit of background on the conference, as well as a bit of background and context around the Youth Trailblazer Award, which we are so excited for. I don't know if I am the special guest or all of the youth panelists we have are the special guests, because they have all of the insight and the tips and tricks and really the knowledge on what it means to apply for the Youth Trailblazer Award. And kind of the work that goes into it. So I don't think I am the special guest. I really think they are, but we will go ahead. So we have less than 367 days to go until the ICFP. ICFP is being held in Pattaya City, Thailand, November 14th through 17th of 2022. So next year, we are less than a year out, which is super exciting. Do you want to go ahead and go to the next slide, please? Perfect, thank you. So the ICFP is more than a conference. It is a platform, it's a community, and it's a movement where we convene the global development community around a shared vision of universal access to family planning. The first International Conference of Family Planning was held in 2009, and since then we have grown into a real community where we have conversations, where we have a network of advocates, researchers, scientists, community and government leaders, health practitioners, etc., including the young people who we think are such an essential part to this community, where we are all joined by the belief that everyone deserves access to family planning services and products, no matter where they live. And so this is a biannual conference. Because of the COVID pandemic, we've had to push it out a bit, but now it's being held in 2022, which is super exciting. This is our 6th conference. And the theme for this conference, which Jackie spoke about, the importance of knowing the theme for the conference and making sure that your video and your message connects to the theme. So the theme for this conference is family planning and universal health coverage, innovate, collaborate, accelerate. And you can find more on the theme on the conference on the ICFP website. It's ICFP.org, I believe it is, make sure, ICFP2022.org. So please, and I can put that in the chat in just a second. But please, like I said, make sure that you know the theme and do some research on the theme, on what universal health coverage means in the space of family planning, and how you can speak to universal health coverage and family planning. The reason why we chose the theme is that it underscores our belief that family planning should be a core component of universal health coverage. And not only is it's family planning and sexual reproductive health, a pillar of good personal health, but it's a critical component of a country's economic health. Do you want to go ahead and go to the next slide, please? Perfect. So this is just a little bit of the history of ICFP. Like I said, it started in 2009 in Kampala, Uganda. Our most recent conference was held in 2018 in Kigali, Rwanda. And then 2022 is being held in Pattaya, Thailand. You can see a little bit more on the theme. And a quote from the International Conference of Family Planning International Steering Committee Chair, also the Gates Institute Director, Oying, is because without universal health access to contraception and SRHR services, there cannot be universal health coverage. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind as you're thinking through what will your message be for your video and what you want to talk about. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. So we have been thinking a lot about how do we want young people to engage at the ICFP. Like I said, the community of young people and young professionals that we have within the ICFP community is so integral to the success of these conferences and the success of these conversations. So the ICFP Youth Subcommittee, which both Jackie O'Toole and Alan from IYAFP are co-chairs of, along with myself and another 120 under 40 winner, are thinking about with the rest of the youth subcommittee, which is made up of global partners working across the field of adolescent youth and sexual reproductive health, are thinking about what is the vision for youth engagement at this next upcoming conference and how can we move the conversation forward around youth at these conferences and make sure that young people are showcased as professionals, are showcased and are really integrated throughout this experience. So the goals that we are working towards are 1, to mainstream youth engagement in family planning and SRHR, 2, ensure the meaningful youth engagement throughout the conference, 3, transfer knowledge and skills acquired during the pre-conference, which I'll talk about in a second, and the main conference into the daily life and work, and to then create a platform of intergenerational knowledge exchange on family planning and SRHR issues. So these are the goals we're working towards as we are planning young people at the conference. And so these are kind of the concrete activities or primary plan youth-centered or youth-involved activities. 1, the youth pre-conference. So in the past, we have held a youth pre-conference for about 2.5 days, right before the start of the main conference. We plan to do that this year as well, where youth really get to come together in a space and decide what we want to talk about, but to get to learn from each other, get to connect, get to kind of get a feel for the conference and feel comfortable going into the conference. Practice any youth who are giving presentations at the main conference. You can practice your talks and really just get comfortable and get settled and get ready for the main conference. 2, the youth plenary. So youth are featured on a main stage and together youth decide what they want to feature on that main stage and really showcase. 3, the ICFP Youth Trailblazer Award, which we are here for today. And then also some intergenerational exchange opportunities. So like, I think it was Mercy said, the mentoring activities. So other kind of meet the leader activities, so opportunities, but not only young people get to learn from non-youth, but also non-youth learn from youth. Some really great exchanges of ideas and of knowledge, as well as a couple other activities, a 120 under 40 plenary, so as well as a youth zone and a global program of action that we are working on put together. Next slide, please. So the ICFP Youth Trailblazer Award, which we are here for. This was previously known as Youth Travel Award or the Video Contest Award. So if you are a previous winner or have seen this in the past, this is what you would have seen the now Youth Trailblazer Award named as. We've had the youth subcommittee as well as some of our 120 under 40 youth rename it into something we think is a lot more interesting and fun. So this is, we have actually just extended the deadline. The website needs to be updated, but you guys get a sneak peek on the deadline extension. So it will be closing now on December 17th instead of November 30th. So you get a little bit more time to get those videos in. It's still a video contest award and it's open to youth ages between 18 to 35. So you must be between the ages 18 to 35 on November 12th of next year, which is the start of the youth pre-conference. This year's Trailblazer Award is a bit different from last year's, where we want to meaningfully integrate any youth who are awarded the Travel Award into the conference, into the planning, into all the activities that are happening throughout the conference. So youth awarded the Trailblazer Award will be invited to join an ICFP subcommittee, not specifically the youth subcommittee. So if you are interested in communications, if you are a researcher, if you have a faith-based focus, you will be invited to join whatever subcommittee interests you. And so that youth voices, experiences, perspectives can be integrated into the activities that those subcommittees plan, and to be integrated into the full vision of the conference, so that no subcommittee is planning activities or sending out messaging without considering and integrating the needs, the voices, and the thoughts of youth as equal participants. So this Trailblazer Award is one way for us to really meaningfully engage youth throughout the conference. Next slide, please. And I just have, so this is where you can find the key dates for 2022. Feel free to save that. And then just my last slide, mark your calendars for these key dates. You'll see the Youth Trailblazer Award application now closes December 17th. A little bit more time. ICFP registration, as well as abstract submissions, will open February 1st of 2022. So start thinking about if you want to submit an abstract. Just start kind of percolating and think what you might want to submit an abstract on. And then you can see a couple of other key dates around the conference, and you can visit the website on the previous slide to see all of the key dates for the full conference. So that is my quick spiel about the conference. And I know we wanted to leave plenty of time for your questions, concerns, anything about the Trailblazer Award.
Thank you so much, Jordan. So we have a question right here from Goodness, who's asking what kind or level of editing is allowed on the videos?
So from our standpoint, we don't limit what kind of editing. I don't know if any of the youth, I wanted to mention Jackie and Otuk are both managing kind of this travel award. So they are kind of managing the review process and things like that. So they are also like a fantastic fountain of knowledge and insider tips. But we don't limit any type of editing. We acknowledge that technical availability, capacity are different across spectrums. And so we don't require any type of editing, but I don't know if any of the previous winners want to talk about how they manage editing. Excuse me.
I can jump in. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will say there is no expectation on that. Nobody's really expecting that you should go to maybe a studio, a professional studio to edit your video. But whatever you can do according to your means, do it, because it's a competition and those who stand out will stand out. It's true that, okay, that will not be the criteria that will be used, who edited the most, who used high tech to apply. But in a competition where there are so many people competing for limited slots, just be at your best and do what you can do and make sure that what you're sending in is not, according to you, any substandard. Just any additional thing that you can make yourself to bypass the people you're competing with will be a bonus to you. So that's what I can say.
Awesome. Thank you, Jacqueline. I hope, goodness, that has answered your question. All right, I'm opening this up to the floor. $1 million question. Based on the applications you guys have received so far, what are the odds of those currently in attendance of winning the Youth Trailblazer Award? How's the process going?
So I had intentionally left that out because like, I don't know what the odds are, to be quite honest. So we are expecting to receive hundreds of applications, and we are definitely on our way to reaching that. So I can't give you an odds because we don't know exactly how many we'll receive at the end. So I unfortunately can't give a very good odds expectation. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Sorry for putting you on the spot.
No.
Oh, no, she didn't. Okay, we have another question here. I'm going to just say answer live. Is it possible to get videos of past winners of the ICFP video contest?
For sure. So I'm going to put a link in the chat. I put the Trailblazer link. I just put a YouTube link in the chat. It is the 2018 ICFP Youth Leaders Video Contest winners. So it's a YouTube link that has all of the videos from the 2018 contest. So please feel free to kind of go through those and get a feel of who is like what kind of videos people put together, their messaging, the style of the videos. So maybe you can pull some inspiration from that.
Awesome, thank you so much. Goodness is saying we can't find the link. Let's reshare that again. I'm gonna copy and paste. Anybody else, you guys have any other questions? Anything else you're dying to know? Now's your chance. Matina, I see you have your hands up. Noor, I see you have your hands up. Matina, you wanna go ahead? Actually, Alan, I want you to come in right here to tell us if they can actually unmute. If not, guys, please feel free to write them in the chat and I'll read out your questions for you. Okay, go ahead, Ahmed.
Hello. Hello. So my name is Becca Ntende, and I attended the ICFP 2018, and I wanted to find out what is the possibility that I will be selected for this 2022 conference, even when I got the scholarship for the 2018 one in Kigali. Thank you.
That is an excellent question. I'll just repeat the question that he has. He's wondering if past winners are allowed to reapply and win again the award this time around. Jordan?
I will actually throw that to Jackie and Otu to see if they're building that into the review process, and if that affects the review.
I'm happy to jump in then if Otug wants to add on what I'll say, that to be all right. So I think that there is, if you attended last year, you were a winner last year, you definitely, it doesn't eliminate you from applying this time around. So the application is open for everyone. The criteria, the inclusion criteria for the kind of participants or applicants that we are looking for, everything is stated on the application portal. And one of the key things that is being considered factors is the age. So if you fall within that age limit by 2022, November next year, then you have equal opportunity like any other person will be applying to apply. So nothing disqualifies you because you attended the conference last time. Hoping that I understood your question.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Noor, I see your hands up. Do you have a question for us?
Hello, how are you? My name is Ahmed Noor Bashir. I'm from Kenya. So my question is, if I don't want to apply for the award, because I really don't feel the need for applying, because I'm not in that stage where I can call. I feel like I need an award for being an SR, sexual and reproductive activist, despite the fact that I still do the work. Is there a way I can apply to just attend the conference as a participant, or maybe a volunteer in the panel? Because I would really want to learn a lot. Since I come from a marginalized community in Kenya, this is opportunities that we just don't get it easily. So I'd be happy to, if that question will be answered. Thank you.
I am opening this up to the floor. Whoever can answer this, that would be great.
Yeah, I can take this since it's generally about ICFP. So it sounds like you're asking, can you register to attend without having to go through the Trailblazer Award? And yes, of course, registration opens February 1st, 2022, as does the abstract submission process. So if you're interested in submitting an abstract for, we have program, advocacy, and research abstracts that we're accepting. So if you have any abstract that fits those buckets, we encourage you to submit an abstract, which opens February 1st of next year, as well as registration. So not every youth who attends the conference comes through the ICFP Youth Trailblazer Award. So some just register and don't need the financial support. So you're more than welcome to do that. I will say the Trailblazer Award, we're making it more than just you are funded to attend the conference. You are also integrated into the planning. So I still encourage you to apply for the Trailblazer Award if that interests you.
Excellent, thank you so much. We also have another question in our Q&A box. Hi, are FP 2030 youth local persons eligible for the video contest?
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. Any other questions from you guys? If not, we can start closing this out.
Let me just jump in and say something.
Please.
The question that Bashi asked. Yeah, Bashi, I want to encourage you not to think that you don't qualify, maybe because you've not necessarily done a lot of work in your community. If you think that this conference is going to be an avenue for you to learn because you are interested maybe in, now that you know that the conference is going to be about family planning, it's going to be about sexual and reproductive health. And so if you think there's a space that there's a need in your community that you want to bridge, and you think that this conference will be helpful for you, even if you've not done a lot of work, give yourself a shot, tell your story. You know, the thing about a video is that it's an opportunity for you to tell your story. So tell your story and give yourself a shot, and then look out for the other avenues in attending the conference apart from the Youth Travel Award. But if that, you should give yourself, I would encourage you to give yourself a shot and see how that goes.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Yes, as Jordan has shared, if you guys have any more questions, please contact them at youth@theicfp.org. I have another question from Ahmed Noor. Is the video part that is making my application process hard because uploading a video on YouTube because the internet here is bad? Do you guys have any other suggestions on ways that he could be sharing his videos with you guys?
I can jump in here. So we completely understand. And we get it. If you email youth@theicfp.org and let us know where you are located, we can try to connect you with one of the organizations in your country or in your region, or in your country rather, from the youth subcommittee that can support or help with uploading the video perhaps. So we'll try to source out some resources. I don't know if any of the other youth had challenges with uploading.
What I will say concerning that, because I've lived in different places in Cameroon where accessibility to internet can be really an issue. The video is 3 minutes, which means it's not a heavy video. So you might want to, there are certain things that maybe later on in the night, particular hours of the day where you have better connectivity. So you might want to leverage on that, and maybe stay up late at night or wake up early in the very early hours of the morning to upload your video. So it's certain, I've had to do that from time to time based on when I work in places where access is very poor. So maybe that's a tip that you can leverage on.
Great, thank you so much, Jacqueline. I hope that has answered your question. I just want to give a chance to our panelists once again. If there's anything else that you guys would like to share, this is the time. Any final thoughts?
Yes, hi, Phila. I feel like a lot of things have been said. Jacqueline has explained a lot, Jordan as well. And I really, like everybody has said, I really encourage for you guys to apply for this opportunity. It's a great opportunity, apart from the fact that you're being sponsored to go to the conference. Being part of the planning and being part of the process is equally important, it's equally exciting, and it's a very good opportunity to learn, to connect, to engage, to practice your skills, some of the skills that you've been learning on the ground. And yeah, so just do the best you can with your videos. And like Jordan has said, if you need any type of assistance, please reach out, send your email, and we'll do our best to connect with people on the ground that can support you in any way possible. And by the way, we understand that the internet might be an issue for a lot of different people, but also I think YouTube is actually one of the, I would say, easiest way to share videos right now, instead of like maybe sharing the video through emails and stuff like that. So whatever difficulties that you're having, just reach out, and we'll see how we can support you in submitting your application. But just do it as soon as possible. No, one day before deadline. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you, Phila, for organizing this webinar.
Thank you so much, Otu. That was great. Ellen, if you can't switch back the slides, that's all right. But I just wanted to say to all our attendees today, before we officially go off, we just wanted to share that the We Trust Youth initiative has issued a public challenge for youth-focused donors and NGOs to demonstrate concrete steps taken to make changes that would create a more equitable field between young people and youth-focused donors and organizations. We're also actively collecting nominations and feedback from young people on which organizations and donors most need to take up the challenge to improve their ways of working with young people. So make sure to subscribe, follow us to find out more on how you can do this. I will drop down the website link. We are at wetrustyouth.org, so come join us. And finally, thank you all so much once again for seeing you at ICFP 2022. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye. Good luck, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye. Good luck with your applications. Bye-bye.